Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena, where we've got this interesting druid run with double moonfire, and a fair amount of endgame that I'm hoping will take me all the way to the top. That would be my third consecutive run to 7 wins if I do get to 7 wins this run. Well, with druid that is, not third consecutive run to 7 wins overall. Previous run was a hunter run that made it to 7 after not doing that for a while, so I'm in pretty good spirits. Which I'm sure are about to be trashed as I lose 3 games in a row, but we'll see what happens. I'm eating some chickpea curry, clearing my sinuses. I'm almost not sick anymore. I mean, it's a good day. It's good Wednesday. A spoonful of good luck chickpea curry to continue this wonderful Wednesday we're up against. I'm feeling priest. Oh, it's shaman. Vox the shaman. Alright, do you keep 2 Wraths? I don't think I'm going to keep 2 Wraths. Likelihood of getting to use them both is pretty small, so let's just mulligan and okay, it's a pretty good one. We got the turn 1 play, and then I can play the Crusader on turn 2 with the coin, or Wrath, or Shapeshift, depending on the play from my opponent. So this is looking pretty good. Scarlet Crusaders are of course prime target for Earthshock. But as long as he doesn't have that, I should be fine. Alright, the Auctioneer comes up. Now, with the Auctioneer, of course, I could turn the coin into a card. However, I'm not going to save up for that combo. I think it's a mistake to do so. But I likely will not be playing this guy anytime soon. Please don't be the 1-1. It's not the 1-1. Alright, do I get a 2-drop to play, or even a 1-drop so I can save the coin? I don't. Okay. I am in fact going to mulligan, or the coin out of the Crusader. Obviously, if this gets Earthshocked, that would just be tragic, but I think that just passing and shapeshifting would have been a little bit weak there. I want this already on the table, so that if he plays something, I can make a choice, either pop the shield and kill it, or I can just Wrath to kill it if it's got 3 toughness. If it's got 4 toughness, maybe I could use Wrath to get a card, but probably not. Wrath is not a bad thing to save with the Azure Drake out here, because if this lives, this can become a deal 2 damage draw card, which is pretty strong. He's got a very slow start, oh my god. He's got a glacial start here. So I will play the wolf. I don't really mind overextending here because really all he could have is like a lightning storm and this thing would survive and he'd be overloaded. All in all, that'd be pretty okay. Granted, I don't have anything to do on turn 4. So if he lightning stormed, he'd be overloaded next turn, but I would be missing a turn doing nothing. So that would kind of suck. I would literally just shapeshift and pass on turn 4, which is pretty rough. So I'd rather he didn't have Lightning Storm, but a Lightning Storm might not be as bad as him playing a really good drop here. Let's see, he plays Ascension. I could pop shield, shapeshift to kill it. And that's exactly what he plays. So now, if I do that play that I just mentioned, then I actually end up pretty vulnerable to Lightning Storm. Now, I've got a crazy play here. I could actually naturalize, and he would get 2 cards. Then I'd get to hit him for, what is this, 7, 9 damage, down to 17? Nah, I don't think that's sensible. We'll use Naturalize. I'm fine with using Naturalize. I just don't need to use it right now. So let's say he Lightning Storms. That's the worst case scenario. Lightning Storms and plays a good 2-drop. Well, then I have to respond with the Azure Drake. I go back up a card. He'll have 4 mana on turn 6. He could definitely catch back up and win this. I'd say I have the advantage right now, but it could still easily go to him if he's got that Storm. He has Doomhammer. Alright, well that is interesting because he can kill off a bunch of my stuff with it, but he's going to take some heavy damage for doing so. Eating some more chickpeas. I don't think I have any weapon destruction in this deck. So now it's a bit of a race situation where he's a bit low on health, but at the same time, this has given him some pretty significant card advantage, so if he can capitalize on that, he'll win. So he kills this guy, drops to 12, down to, well, let's assume this lived down to 7, maybe? Now, this thing's not going to live that long. So 12 minus 4 is 8. If this thing can attack with the help of Dark Iron Dwarf, that's, what's his face? 8 minus 6 is 2. I mean, it's close. It's very close. Alright, choices, choices, choices. I could just ignore everything. And, see, this doesn't quite kill it. Yeah. I could go for swipe it on the face. It would deal 2 damage to the Trog. And then, with 2 mana left, I could Wrath that. Because it doesn't really work out. But I could Wrath it. So he'd go, let's see, 12 minus 5 is 7. 7 minus 4 is 3. And then I'm not... I mean, I am threatening lethal with this, I guess. But what I'd rather do, I think, is shapeshift here. And hit him for 1. And so then I could play the Leopard Gnome. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Swipe, shapeshift. Oh, so Leopard Gnome would be lethal. Then this thing would be alive, though. I could just kill this thing. I could just swipe it and kill it. No, or I could actually recycle it. Haha, I think that's the move, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. So I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time, where I held on to recycle for too much. We're going to use recycle there and hit him in the face. So now I'm actually threatening... Am I threatening lethal? I'm actually not, because I can do 6, 7 damage. Can't kill him. Well, no, swipe? What am I talking about? I am threatening lethal. 4 plus 5 is 9 damage. So I'm threatening lethal. This to his face will kill a taunt totem if the spell damage is active. And if he kills this, this will drop him down to 4 health, down to 2, down to 1. And I've still got removal for anything big with the naturalize. That's why I felt pretty good using that recycle. Okay, he's gonna just play that. I think that's just to get the guy down. Now he can kill the... Oh my god! I'm actually really shocked he made that error. There's literally no reason not to kill this frog, right? Just kill the frog, dude. So now, can I actually win? Let's see. 2 plus 4 is 6. No, I can't quite win, and that's too much mana anyways. But wow, that's a shocking error. Alright, so let's do this. And play Leopard Gnome as well. And shapeshift. So now I'm threatening lethal with swipe plus shapeshift. That's if he clears my board entirely. Well, he doesn't have to kill the frog, but if he kills the Leopard Gnome and the dwarf, I still have the kill. Okay, should have done that last time. Then he'd be at 7 health instead of at 2 health. Or at 5 health. Alright, we got Snap, Crackle, Pop here. Kills the dwarf. 75% chance of that. Sure he was holding his breath. Note that I can actually play swipe to his face and then Wrath Leopard Gnome to deal the damage. If he, let's say, puts up a taunt. Taunt totem, that is. Okay, now swipe kills him. He has to have healing. He has a panda, which isn't doing him any good. Doomhammer, the Epic, wasn't enough to save him here. He had a really, really, really slow start. Like, glacially slow. He played nothing on turn 2 or turn 3. I was the one with the coin, so he didn't have the coin, so it's not like really, really improbable, but it's still pretty improbable that even as the first player with the availability of 3 mulligans that you'd have nothing to play on turn 2 or 3 when your opponent's playing minions. Because if your opponent's playing minions, that means, like, you know, things like Rockbite Weapon and Lightning Bolt and Forked Lightning and Lightning Storm all, you know, go online, so to speak. Alright, that was a pretty good game. Surprised to have that easy of a game at 2-0, but I'm not going to jinx it too much. I'm just glad that I won. Gonna finish off the last of my chickpea curry out of a bag. And haha, here we have a mage. Okay. Easy mulligan choices in this hand. Hoping for something else, though. That doesn't happen. Oh boy, that's bad. This is really a rather uninspiring opening. With nothing to do on turn 3, turn 4, or turn 5, or turn 1. So, pretty bad. Gonna have to top deck my way out of this one, I think. Giant second D. I'm gonna just optimistically assume that doesn't mean what it sounds like. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, is your first D really tiny? Is that the problem? Okay. I'm gonna go for the Cub with +1 attack. I think that's the right move on an empty board on turn 2 because this way if she plays a 3 toughness minion, I can just trade it and go on about my day. And if she has removal, it doesn't really matter what it is. Now, there are some classes where you want to make a 2-3. I think I've talked about this before, but basically, Hunter, you'd want to, against a Hunter, you probably wouldn't want to make a 2-3 because Arcane Shots, Priests have Holy Smite, Paladins have Seal of Light. But if a class doesn't have any, like, 2 mana or less 2 damage removal, you probably just want to get the 3-2 under those circumstances. Okay, so we've got an issue here. She's going to make a 4-drop. Ah, well, it could be worse. At least I can shapeshift away part of this. Ooh, okay. So now I have options. I can shapeshift away Mr. Bitey. That would, and then play the Stalker. That would let her pop the shield with the Mechanic and then ping to kill this Crusader. Then on turn 5, what am I doing? Well, shapeshift would be, to finish this off would be pretty bad, and then I'd have nothing else to do. So I'd probably just kill the 2-1 with my 2-3. Then this would get pingable, and then I'd play this engine. So why not just play this engine now then? If that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's going to go down. I'm going to end up playing this to try to block her stuff from killing my stuff anyway. Might as well play it now and save the shapeshift for later. She's thinking. What could she be thinking about? Maybe, do I use Fireball against Ascension? The answer is probably. Probably should do that. Okay, it's probably not that anymore. She would have probably figured it out by now, I think. Oh no, she did just actually... Wow. Did I call it or what? Do we watch this channel for the pro plays all day or what, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, so I totally called what she was doing, and I'm like, alright, figured it out way quicker. Swipe just to kill a single 4-drop. Seems a bit aggressive, so let's just do a pretty crappy turn 5, honestly. Just shapeshift to kill Mr. Bitey and play a Stalker. Not really the greatest. But that's what we gotta do sometimes. So, now, she can do this if she wants. She can run in with the Mechanic and ping my Crusader off. Then I would use the Stalker to finish this off because I don't want to play the Mech Bearcat. I think shapeshifting to finish this off would be just terrible here. Because, that would just be too slow. Oh, Fel Reaver. Okay. Well, because that's how it's going to be. So, we have a couple different options here. What I could do is I could actually try to win by, you know, having this happen. I could try to get her into fatigue. I think that's probably a mistake, though. Like, I'm just guessing. It's probably not a good option. I would have to play 7 cards. That would just be to take her to fatigue. Am I really going to play 7 cards? I mean, I'm only holding 5 cards, so playing 7 cards while I'm getting hit by an 8/8 every turn is a bit of a challenge. So I don't think I think I actually have to just respect this as an 8/8, right? As an 8/8 that she paid 5 mana for, basically. Oh, you spend half an hour not being able to tell if you should Fireball Ascension, and then you're going to tell me hello? Shut up. Alright, so let's think here. We can just naturalize it, I guess. And then... Oh, that sucks so much to have to naturalize it. Alright, we're going to play the Mech Bearcat. I don't know if that's the right play, but it's the play I'm going to make. Alright, well... It's best, by the way, not to look at what cards get discarded, because then you just start thinking about all the wrong stuff. It doesn't matter how many cards got discarded. All that matters is that 3 cards went away. Reasoning like that can cause you to make some strategically wrong decisions sometimes. Okay, so now if she kills my Bearcat with the Fel Reaver, this thing's at 1 health, and then I can swipe the Mechanic, and then that'll finish off the Fel Reaver as well. If she plays something else, I could swipe that, and it would finish this off, and then damage the Mechanic to the point where the Crusader could pop her shield against it if she doesn't do that already. I'm actually kind of surprised she hasn't already done that. I guess she's had other plays to make. And that makes sense. Why pop the shield if you're not going to kill off the Crusader with the ping because you're doing something else? Alright, Frostbolt on that I'm honestly not that bothered by. That's fine. That means she's not making any huge 6-drop plays here. Core Hound's not super great. That dies to like a Flamethrower and a Ping, or a Frostbolt and 2 Pings, which isn't super awesome. She's already played 2 Frostbolts though, so what are the odds she has more? Okay. Is she going to open herself up wide to a swipe? I think she should hit me in the face. And she makes the right call here. She hits me in the face. That was definitely the right maneuver. Alright, so we have a couple of different options here. And I think I'm actually gonna... Well, let's see. Can I win? Let's just check for that. 7, down to 12, down to 8. Yeah, I can't really win. So we're going to clear the board, I think. One obvious way is I could run the Bearcat into the Fel Reaver and then swipe the Trog. Then I have 3 mana left, can't do anything. Another option is I could naturalize the Fel Reaver. That would leave me with 6 mana to do what? Well, probably just Bearcat to kill the Trog. And then play this guy. And kill a mechanic with that. And then I have a 7-4 and a 4-2, and then everything dies to Flame Strike. But if she spends her whole turn playing Flame Strike, then I recharge the following turn with Core Hound. Now, another option, I could play the Auctioneer and naturalize this. Then I get, well, I was already talking about naturalizing it, but then I have a 4-4 versus a 2-1 and a spare part, and I get a card off of the naturalize. Okay, let's try that. I'm not sure that's the right move, but that's what I'm going to do. Shoot, I really should have killed this before playing the naturalize, because this thing grew, so this thing takes an extra damage. That could actually... Wow, that was a really bad misplay. Terrible, because now she can actually run the mechanic into the Bearcat and ping it to death, which would not have been an option previously. I will get a bunch of spare parts for that, which will give me a bunch of cards from Auctioneer, but as long as she can kill the Auctioneer off as well, I just screwed up terribly by doing what I did. Okay, so she's got 8 cards left in her deck, but this is not likely to go to Fatigue. We're both at pretty low health. She's got a full hand. The odds of this actually going down to Fatigue are really small. Maybe if I had pulled off one more Fel Reaving, I could have done it. She does have the Flame Strike, which is pretty unfortunate. Get another one of these. Nothing super great here, unfortunately. Okay, well, let's do the obvious. Let's shoot that and play the bear. This, I think, is better than playing just a Core Hound, because the Core Hound is too likely to die. I'd rather spread out the level a little bit. You know, should I have done that? Should I have just hit that thing, and then I could have used the reverse... Like, I could have used the reversing switch to cause her to lose 3 more cards for Fel Reaver? Fel Reaver would have lived, though. But I could have... If I had... I should have gotten my spare part first, because what if I had gotten an emergency coolant? Then I could have actually frozen Fel Reaver, and then milled her for 3 more cards, and then Fatigue would have actually been a possibility. So I really messed that up that previous turn. That was very poor play. All around. Puget Sound. Everywhere for miles around. That's not a poem or a song or anything. It's just random words that happen to rhyme. Alright, so she's got 7 cards to 7, although 2 of mine are spare parts from my Bearcat. The Time Rewinder on the Stormpike Commando is sort of like a 6 mana deal 2 damage, which is not the greatest. Prefer not to have to do that. And then the switch, well, I could... Nope, can't target the Fairy Dragon. I could switch this, make it a 2-4, that would let me kill the Fairy Dragon. Then I could put it back into my hand and replay it, so that's an 8 mana combo. She has Blizzard? Seriously? Oh god, Blizzard. Alright, well, that sucks. Do I play this to kill the Fairy Dragon? I think so. So we're going to play this. Kill the Fairy Dragon. We'll play the Infiltrator. And I could make this a 1-3 so it doesn't get pinged automatically. Or I could put it back in my hand. No, let's swap its attack and health. Sure, we'll do this. Still frozen. You'd think being zapped like that would also break the ice, but nope. So we've got a Flame Strike and a Blizzard out of her system. Does she have any more mass removal? That would be extremely irritating if she did. At this point, I'm just hoping that she didn't have a good draft. Okay, so Dark Iron Dwarves, and what's the point of that? Probably that was just her best play on turn 9. If so, that's pretty fortunate for me. She's got 2 Dark Iron Dwarves. That's actually kind of funny. Alright, let's think here. So I got 4, 6, 7 damage, 11 damage, down to 8, down to 7. I could put this guy back in my hand to kill off a dwarf without losing him. But then the other dwarf, well, could I kill him? What is that, 7 mana? Leaves me with 3 mana. 3 mana, yeah, doesn't quite do it, because this Wrath, this and Wrath, or the Bear and the Wrath, I guess, would do it. Kind of crappy, though. Leaves me with a 2-1 and a 4-2. Could play Core Hound and just suck it up and kill a dwarf, lose the guy. Oh, it doesn't seem good. I could swipe one, Wrath the other one for 6 mana. Then Shapeshift and just pound her for, what is it, 6-7, down to 12? Down to 11 if you count the swipe. All our options. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Time Rewinder on my guy. I could have also Time Rewound the bear to restore its stats. That would have been an option. But my thinking here is, let's just clear the board without having to use the swipe. I don't know if that was the right call, but I wanted to save the swipe because I want to have the option to go to her face with that swipe if I want to. She is up cards against me, 5-4, and my board presence isn't that amazing. 5 cards left in her deck. It's unlikely I can trade 1-1 with her on all the cards, so it's unlikely that I can actually burn her out on fatigue. She has the Archmage, and she gets a Fireball and a Secret. Okay, that's just all terrible beyond belief. Dark Iron Dwarf is a good card, thankfully. Yeah, let's just kill that thing off. I can't really do much about it. Does she have a duplicate? She already threw away 1 duplicate to Fel Reaver. I'm at the point where now where Pyroblast would kill me, if that's what it is, and that sucks. And anyway, I misplayed grievously with that Bearcat. Of course, she ended up flame striking anyway, so it didn't matter. But it's possible that I could have actually like taken advantage of the Bearcat giving me spare parts, and then you know use the Fel Reaver to mill her to death. With all those spare parts, I could have actually possibly done it. Okay, Wailing Soul doesn't do anything, and that actually heals her for 4, which is a really big issue. That's just terrible beyond all words, because that means I cannot burn her out. It's too close of a situation for me to be playing Core Hound. She pings my face, so she seems like she wants to burn me out here. I'd say all around things are pretty bad. Alright, could this be a Mirror Entity? Have I played any minions? Yes, I did. Didn't I play the Dwarf? Oh god, I can't remember if I played, minions. Well, let's see, 4. If I use this for charge, 4, 8, 9, 12. She's down to 5 health. Oh god, I can't do it. Okay, I think now's the time for swipe though, right? So we'll swipe this. Aha. It's counterspell. It's a pretty good counterspell there as far as counterspells go. At least she's not getting 4 health every turn, but Christ. Okay, she has 5 cards to my 3. I'm at 8 health, which is a bit distressing. My only hope here really is that her cards all suck, and she does nothing with her turn, and then I get to play this. And then this lives. That's pretty much it as far as my contingency plans go. Because 8 health is not going to last very long against a mage. Granted, unless she's like out of burn. She does have a fireball here, doesn't she? She's got a fireball. Yeah, we know she has a fireball because she got one from Archmage and hasn't used it yet. Oh, that's bad. So if anything hits my face, she can just kill me. Luckily, it doesn't hit my face at all, so that fireball doesn't quite kill me yet, but it's getting bad. 5-4 is just really tough to deal with anyways. Ogre Brute doesn't help. Alright, so now this really sucks. I'm just dead. I'm just dead. Yeah. Shoot. You know what? I totally misplayed that game. With the Bearcat and the Fel Reaver, and then that turn where I chose to Time Rewind my guy. I'm just 100% certain there was something I could have done here to hold out for the win. Alright, she got that, but doesn't she still have a fireball? Yeah, she still had a fireball, so it doesn't matter. She had the kill regardless. That was just bad manners. Playing all this extra crap. Yes, we get it. You win. Oh wow, yeah, gotta do everything. Crap! Ah, that's so annoying to lose to my own bad judgment, and nothing to do with the deck or her draw. I don't care that she had a Flame Strike and a Blizzard and Archmage Antonitis, and I think like 2 Fireballs and 2 Frostbolts. I don't care. I could have still beaten her because I'm better, except that I am not because I lost. So clearly I'm not actually better. I just could have been better. That's what it is. I could have been better and won, but instead I lost. Ouch. Alright, well, onwards we go. It's been 25 minutes. We've played 2 games in 25 minutes. Jeez, that sucks. Well, hopefully the next one's not a loss, because if I'm at 3-2 with this deck, that would be pretty abysmal. Alright, what do we have? A rogue? It's good. Dazed and confused. Clever. Wow, double Moonfire. Still haven't seen them, like, ever. Do I keep this as, like, a really bad turn 2 play? Moonfire Shapeshift? Yeah, we're doing it. If I draw the other Moonfire, that sort of sucks, but we'll do it. Okay, so now do I coin out the Leper Gnome? On the one hand, you know, if she plays a dagger, she's not doing anything else, so the Leper Gnome kind of discourages her from doing other things. But on the other hand, this thing already discourages her from doing stuff. I'm gonna do it though. Let's get a dagger out. We'll go for the throat here. So let's say she makes a dagger, hits this, goes down to 26, down to 24, daggers down to 20. I'll be shapeshifting down to 21. So she's at 21. Gone up 2 cards. Oh snap! Freaking unstable ghoul. Ah, jeez, I cannot believe this. I just cannot believe how many times I've been so screwed by this fucking unstable ghoul. And I know that I used to say, when I still do say this, that if a card keeps being good against you that you think is bad, maybe it's not just a bad card that happens to be good against you, maybe it's actually a good card. Maybe I should reverse my opinion on the unstable ghoul, but I've tried it so many times that it's just sucky. How often does someone play an infiltrator and a leper gnome on turn 1 against you? Not very is the answer to that question. Good job on the quiz, folks. Alright, so we are down a card. She could have used the dagger to kill both my minions, then I would have been down 2 cards, but then she would have also been, you know, at 6 points less health. Yeah, she would have been 21 instead of 27. We got this guy again. Well, he's ready to go. He's ready to party on turn 7. So I got this on turn 6 and this party on turn 7. But the problem is, what are we doing on turn 4 and turn 5? Hopefully top decking something good to play. Oh, we're just going to eviscerate a Crusader? That's aggressive. Alright, so I guess she wanted this to live. I think I'm actually going to Claw Shapeshift to kill this unless I top deck my Sen'jin, because otherwise it's just really stupid to do nothing. Yeah. So we're losing a little bit of the turn 7 party, but still Moonfire Auctioneer is going to happen. Could even happen on turn 6 now. I have a turn 5 play, although this is not likely to shoot down anything to death that she's playing on turn 5. So it's not the greatest. Wow, what are the odds? What are the odds? I'm just really practiced now at playing against Fel Reaver, clearly. I blew it the first time. Okay, so she's got 18 cards left. I mean, I can play this and freeze it, which would give me some extra time. And then I can play this and this on turn 7. And that would be like 9 cards. I don't know. Maybe I can actually do this. Unless she silences it. If she silences it, that would suck. Then it would just be an 8-6 for 5 mana. But if she doesn't have a silence, you know, maybe I could actually mulligan this person out. Okay, this engine's a pretty good drop for her here because it stops me from attacking anything. And this is actually not too bad because it'll, well, the Moonfire will enhance it. Okay, so what we're going to do first, though, is freeze that. And now I have to think. I could kill this engine right now with Stormpike and Moonfire. Then, of course, I'm losing the synergy for the Auctioneer. But on the other hand, do I really want to play Auctioneer? I'm probably going to want to play this because I've really got to keep the board as clear as possible if I'm going to actually try to win off of Fel Reaver. So what I'm going to do is, in fact, I am going to do this and Moonfire to make her mill 3 more cards. And yes, this thing does get bigger. But I feel like I think that's the move. That's the move I gotta make here, because all I gotta do is just play a few more cards. I can afford to get hit once by this. That's fine. Just gotta play a few more cards, and she's gonna be in serious trouble. She could just run out of cards, and then if I trade evenly, I'll win. Even if I don't kill her with fatigue, I can still just trade with her, and then she's literally out of cards and dies because she can't do anything. So as long as I can just trade 1 for 1, I should win with maybe 2 more card plays. I don't know. So this 5/5 is a pretty serious thing. Alright, looks like she's going to throw that away and I guess kill it now with something. Charging creature perhaps? Raid Leader doesn't actually do anything at all. That's fine. Tinker's Oil, aha. Alright, so the Fel Reaver gets huge. She uses the oil to finish me off there. Takes a bunch of damage though. She has 12 damage here, which is definitely not to be trifled with. Let's think. If I play this, she could use the Raid Leader. and a dagger to kill the bear and then hit me for 12, which is more than half my health. If I play this, I can kill the raid leader, but she still hits me for 12, so really, what am I achieving? Either I have a 4/4 left and a 3/3, but the 4/4 can miss. If I do these two guys, I can play 2 cards. Oh gosh, it's tricky, because if this thing hits me twice, I do just die. I really wish, you know, it's unlucky the oil went on the Reaver. If the oil had gone on the raid leader, it would have been easy. I would have just killed it. She would have only had 8 power here, which makes a big difference. Alright, well, I think I got to trust my instincts here. I just hope she doesn't have more removal. So this is 6 more cards gone. This auctioneer has not been super great. She's down to just 4 cards here, so 1 more card on this, and she's pretty much out, except what she has in her hand. So as long as I don't die to this, I'm okay. What do I have that could help me? You know what? Naturalize and Recycle would both be terrific, because they would both get rid of this, put it back in her deck, but it's okay, because if it goes back in her deck, she just redraws it, and then I can mull her for tons more. Is she actually going to kill this bear with the raid leader? She has another oil. Are you goddamn kidding me? Well, at least it wasn't comboed. But now I'm going to take a fairly hefty quantity of damage. Ouch. And ouch, I got to get that Naturalize or Recycle right now. Doesn't happen, but I do get a Druid of the Claw. Okay. So, if she can silence this, and I'm using it as taunt, then she just wins. But what are my other options? Well, I could throw this and see if it can hit the Fel Reaver. Then if I play the Argent Commander, I can kill the Fel Reaver at least. But then she's got, you know, 4/6 damage. Yeah. Wait a minute, hold on. This doesn't work. If I play Druid of the Claw, she just uses Raid Leader and that to kill it, and then the Fel Reaver kills me. Right. So I can't do that. Well, I guess I have to see if I can kill the Raid Leader with this Ogre Brood if I am going to play the Druid. Either way, if the Ogre Brood hits her face, I lose the game, which is pretty distressing. But there's only a 25% chance of that happening, so at least the odds are in my favor. If I killed... I think we gotta go for this plan here. I just gotta hope she can't get past the Druid of the Claw. Please don't trigger. It triggered. Please don't hit her in the face. It hit her in the face! Where you go? Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. 25% odds. And we lose the game. So the only way I could possibly win is if she misses the fact that she can use the Raid Leader and her weapon to kill that Druid, which is very, very remarkably unlikely. But that's the only way that I can win. God, all I needed was Recycle or Naturalize. Or even to have some cheaper cards to do more fatigue on her. She sees it. Because if I could have played 1 more card, it wouldn't have been enough to kill her. But if I could have played 2 more cards, it would have been enough. Here, though, she actually kills me. I am so pissed off. Because I think I actually played that game correctly. Maybe not perfectly. I'm sure somebody can find some mistake. And if so, then I misplayed that as well, and it was only my fault that I lost. But I really think there's a decent chance I actually played all the right moves in that game, complicated as it was. And she just got amazingly lucky that she kept drawing enough removal to kill my stuff, and that my Ogre, in only a 25% chance of hitting her face, hit her face. Christ. So we are at 3-2 with a really good deck, and that's frustrating because this deck is good. And I misplayed against the Mage with the Fel Reaver, but I played correctly against the Rogue, and I lost both times. Orin the Warlock. What are the odds of facing a Fel Reaver twice in a row? What are the odds? Okay, so we're gonna mulligan that. We're fighting to stay alive at 3-2 with a really strong deck. Even with the Core Hound and the double Moonfire, this deck is so good. It's so much fun to play. I just can't believe it, those last 2 games. Can't believe it. Can't be believed. I believe I'm actually dreaming. I'm going to wake up and I'm actually at 5-0, because, yeah, that's definitely going to happen. Clearly. I should just pinch myself and see. Ow. Nope. Still here. Okay, so anyway, now we're going to see what to do, depending on what he plays. There's always the risk if you don't play Wild Growth right away that time will pass it by, but I think given that he made that opener, it's pretty logical to play a 3-2. Try to kill this thing off. I can play the Infiltrator and the Wild Growth later on. Oh, Dark Bomb. Balls. Balls, balls, and more balls. Alright, the Wild Growth is timely here. It will let me play this guy next turn when I would have otherwise had nothing to do on turn 4. Infiltrator is going to probably stay hidden. Maybe I can use it plus Shapeshift to kill the Voidwalker at some point. Alright, the Yeti's not bad. It's a pretty good thing to have when you're facing a Silverhand Knight. Definitely not going to play the Azure Drake here. That wouldn't make any sense. It would just die to the Yeti. So we'll leave it alone. Yeti's good to see because if I do get a Gadget Auctioneer, as I seem to always do in all my games, the spare part is a good synergy with that. Alright, she is loving those mechs. Alright, so do I use the Azure Drake? I don't think so. I think what I'm going to do here is kill off this guy and then get my Scarlet Crusader down. So we have +1 health. I really should have waited to see what this was before passing the turn, because if it had been emergency coolant, I would have used it to freeze the Shredder for a turn, so that was a mistake, slightly. Core Hound is probably not going to get played next turn unless something really remarkable happens. Probably going to be playing Azure Drake and a Wrath. Trog. Oh, that's annoying. Because Wrath, even powered up by spell damage, doesn't kill this. Oh gosh, well played. So do you just drop the Core Hound here? I mean, maybe. This, and I don't have enough mana to finish it off unless I pop the shield to kill it. But that's honestly my best play, I think, here. Do I give anything +1 health in case of Mortal Coil, perhaps? Nah, because it's going to get killed by the Zap-O-Matic anyway. So I might as well just save that for later. Maybe I'll get an Auctioneer. Maybe it'll actually be useful for trading. Core Hound as a 9/6 is much better than as a 9/5. I could just use it there preemptively. Oh god, those last two games just killed my heart. He's wondering whether to put that Dark Iron Dwarf on this and just hit me in the face a whole lot. He decides against it. Just plays more mechs. He loves these respawning mechs. He's a real big respawning mech fan. Alright, keeps it simple there. That's totally logical. Naturalize comes up a game late. I've dealt no damage to him, so going for the burn seems a bit silly here. What I'm going to do is play the Drake. We'll use Wrath just as 4 damage. And I think here is where I'll use the armor plating. I'm not going to wait for that Auctioneer. I just want to kill that imp and leave this alive so I can at least kill the first iteration of the golem. Okay, so he's got 5 cards to my 5. He has the first play though here, so he could get the advantage. That will allow him to kill my Drake, so it's pretty strong. He should have life tapped first though, so that was a nice touch. And he has Zombie Chow, which gives me a little bit of extra insurance if I end up shapeshifting a whole lot. Alright, so here I could play the Core Hound and shapeshift. And Moonfire. Yeah, that's definitely the move, so let's just do this. We'll do this. We get to kill Mr. Chow. To shapeshift to kill that. And yeah, I'm just going to Moonfire. I'm not going to wait for that Auctioneer all day. We're just going to Moonfire that. And the plan here is try to kill him with this Core Hound. So Warlocks have a bit of a limited set of options for killing a 5 toughness creature, actually. It's pretty much just Siphon Soul, that's it. Everything else is 4 damage or less. So if he doesn't have a combo of things to kill this with, and he plays something big, I can freeze it, attack, play something else, I could like naturalize it. And then keep on attacking. This thing will kill him in 3 turns. Alright, so let's start the plan. We're going to freeze that, hit him in his fat face, play that because why not, shapeshift, swing. My threatening lethal here, 9, 14, 6. I'm actually threatening lethal. I have 17 damage, and I can naturalize away anything. So, threatening lethal, he's got to have removal. Didn't have the 5 damage last turn, so this is likely to actually live as well. He could, of course, Shadow Flame, but that wouldn't quite kill these, which makes a big difference, because if he doesn't have enough damage to finish them off, they would live. But let's say he has Shadow Flame and a Shattered Sun Cleric. I actually probably lose the game. So it's a bit closer than I'd like it to be, considering the totally unfair losses I have suffered at the hands of this particular Hearthstone Arena gaming session. He has something? What is it? He's going to Shadow Bolt it. Okay, so I guess he has more damage. It's a Demon Fire, so not a Mortal Coil. Oh, he's going to Hellfire. I see. No, he does have the Shadow Flame. I see. So he had what I was worried about, just not quite as terrible. Because at least he had to use 3 cards rather than 2 cards to get everything to happen. Okay, so we're still in it, sort of, kind of. He did get the board clear with that Shadow Flame. He's got 4 cards to my 2, and this thing gives him more cards. So unless I can burn him out, I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. He's got a Floating Watcher, which is fine, because he can life tap to enhance it, but then he's taking some damage. Now, observe that the Knife Juggler missed me twice, so that's the 25% that I lost the game by last time, helping me out this time, because if one of them had hit this Dark Iron Dwarf, then I would have actually, he could have run the Knife Juggler in and finished it off. Okay, well, let's Wrath this to get a card. Ogre Brute, not exactly what I was hoping for, but we'll play it. Shapeshift, kill. And what I'm going to do here is kill the Knife Juggler off. And do I want to naturalize this? I'll naturalize it. So he has a ton of cards, but he's already done a Shadow Flame. So as long as he doesn't get more board clearing, and it's a bit tough to kill a 4 toughness creature without Shadow Bolt or Soulfire, and he's already used a bunch of removal, I might be able to sneak enough damage through to kill him. Dread Infernal finishes off my Dwarf, which is pretty annoying. It also puts a thwarting body for the Ogre Brute. Okay, we get a Direwolf Alpha, which is just exactly what I didn't want. Where are all my cards? That, oh god. Okay, at least it traded instead of just dying to nothing. But I'm in trouble because he's got a 6/6 that I don't have an answer for. I would need Recycle, and even then he's got a ton of cards. I'm actually going to lose this game. Wow. He actually had the Shadow Flame to kill my giant pile of stuff. He heals up. He's got massive card advantage, a huge board. I am going to draw a card and concede the game. Holy ball sack Christ. Moonfire. Well, that's just a fitting way to draw your last card. I am just in utter disbelief at this run. Granted, if I hadn't misplayed against that mage, I could have won and then would have at least made it to 4 wins, but fucking hell, man. 3 wins for that deck is just utterly unacceptable. Alright, so I updated my stats sheet. My average number of wins is 5.6. I make it to 7 wins only 44% of the time. I only make it to 6 wins barely more than half the time. Ugh, this is just disgusting. Alright, well, let's take a look at our reward and end a sad, sad video. Thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe on your way out. We got 50 gold, which is pretty good actually for 3 wins. It's better than expected. Let's take a look at the pack, see if it's anything other than 40 dust. Alright, it's a little more than 40. There's 2 rares, and one of them might be new. Let's see. Yep, one of them was new. Woohoo! Oh, let's see here. Ah, this dude. Crazy guy. Didn't have any of those yet. That's nice to have. And then what else is new? Hut. I really wish you could just go. Oh, I didn't have 2 of those? Well, that's good. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody.